Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a while. Let me adjust this. I put up a video this after. Well, it's actually I remixed with someone else, and I got a lot of views, and I got 20 some likes, but no comments because I don't know. YouTube sent everybody a thing is saying that the comment boxes aren't coming up, so I don't know. All I know is that I'm here. I don't know how many videos I'm going to be putting out. Actually, it's because it's got so it's not fun anymore. So I've been how do I want to say this? I've been gathering up the pieces of my life and adjusting, and um, I just don't know how to explain it. I had the idea earlier on how I was going to. I'm I don't want to use the word healing. Healing's the only thing that comes to mind. Um, Reevaluating my life is basically what I've been doing from past uh, things that I've done in my life, past ideas that I've had going on in my head. Um, Teaching myself to slow down more and be more simple and enjoy my life more. Be in the moment instead of sitting in, which I'm always going to be thinking, but I'm learning how to adjust that thinking and in doing things that I enjoy and don't worry about what the world is doing or not doing. So, but like I said, how many videos I'm going to be doing, I do not know. Uh, for me to stay on here on YouTube, uh, I need to be doing better as far as YouTube goes. I mean, I I I don't know how to do any better than what I'm doing. I'm just being me, and a lot of the YouTubers, which they're doing really good, but it's like I don't know, they're talking about stuff I don't want to talk about, and I'm just me. I'm just a simple country girl that grew up in the country. I have lived in the cities and I know what city life is like. But country is what I know. Hold on a minute. Being honest and being fair has not always been my forte. Um, I would tell a lie when I needed to, way back when, if I had myself in a bad situation or bad marriage or whatever, and I was going to get uh, not such good things happen to me. I've had to lie my way out of situations and stuff like that, but YouTube to me is supposed to be fun and informative. And I've been showing you my life and what it consists of today. I've told you stories about the past. And like I keep telling everybody, I'm not political, but I will mention things about what's going on in the system and stuff like that. Um, but for the most part, I want to just have fun. And my life don't seem to be that interesting anymore, not even to me. So now when I was in music and I was performing for other people, now that was interesting. But I don't know what to tell you. All I know is that what today's systems are and how humanity is evolving, we're all evolving, we're all changing. Every day is something different. Whether it's the same routine or not, there's always something different to that routine at any given moment. So when I talk about preparing, I'm talking about being ready for anything that may come your way. Like I I knew I was going to get older, but I didn't know that there was my attitudes and stuff were going to change about things. Uh, and and as you grow older, your attitude about things will change. You'll either get softer and more pliable, or more accepting of things, knowing that there's always an answer to everything. So, and then on the other side of the coin, you can either get mean and bitter and just totally expect everything to go wrong at any moment. Well, I'm not like that. I inwardly, I know that things are always going to be good because that's what I want in life is good. And here's, I don't know if I can measure but what I'm saying by if like wintertime comes or even summertime, whatever. If I'm sitting in the house and I don't have what you call a bunch of food, maybe I just have tea and sugar or honey. I'm tickled pink, and I feel like I'm wealthy if I can sit down with a nice hot cup of tea with honey or sugar in it, and I'm good. I'm good. It's simple. And like with all this that's going on right now in the world, I can relate to the people that don't have anything in one sense of the word. But when I didn't have anything, I never complained about it. Never blamed anybody else. In fact, I didn't even blame my ex husband that wasn't paying child support. I just found it, I just sit and try to find a solution to stuff. And if all I had was fried potatoes or potatoes, then me and my kids, we'd cook them up and that's what we'd have. We never sit around and blamed anyone else for our predicament because, in all reality, it's nobody else's job to take care of me and my kids. And I don't even really know what I'm talking about. I mean, I know what I'm talking about. I've been through it, done it, but I don't know why I'm saying what I'm saying. If that makes any sense to you at all. But like that video I put up, I remixed it, and this woman was doing a little skit about being out in the hills in the country, and they didn't care whether or not they didn't have. I mean, their food stamp card come up zero, and they didn't care because they were so used to growing up without anything that they knew how to stretch what they had and what they didn't have. And you learn to stretch what you don't have, if that makes any sense. And so when I say, when I tell everybody I don't care what's going on, I mean, I tell you guys what's going on for your own benefit, because there's a lot of people out there that really do care. But I learned through the years not to care. The only thing I really cared about was being abused by when growing up, or being abused by my husband, or something like that. As far as food and anything else that was going on, I didn't care. We just learned to get by and learn how to better ourselves as we went. And that's what I'm doing today. That's at 81, that's what I'm doing. I'm still doing it. And you say, and you hear everybody saying, well, I just want to survive. I just want enough to survive. And then there's other people that want the world, so to speak. They want this and they want that and they want that. Well, I understand that, but we fight all of our lives to stay alive, to whatever we can do to survive, and then we turn around and die at the end of everything. And you often wonder why. Why? Well, there's this drive in us to survive, to live. I want to live. But what does living mean? Living means different things to different people. Some people, like the homeless, just keeping their body alive is enough for them. Others, staying alive is to have a comfortable life, to have a roof over their head, to have food to eat, and then there's a step up and a step up and a step up. And although I'm perfectly content where I'm at now, I mean, while I've been ill and while I've been reevaluating my life and shedding old wounds and shedding all the negativity that's been in my life for the past 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, shedding all of that, been getting it, working more on my camper. And although that the economy is bad, and it's bad for a lot of people, it's not affecting me none at all. And I only get to work with $1,170 a month, and my health insurance is paid for. Now, again, I'm fortunate enough that I have a daughter and son-in-law and family that are willing to let me have a camper on their property. And I don't have to pay a whole lot of money, but I have incurred credit card bills. And I do have a student loan out there, but because I'm on a fixed income, I'm on a low income scale, they've got me on a no payment program, a payment by your income driven payment. So I don't have to pay anything on that yet. But maybe someday they'll turn around and say, no, you got to pay for this, even though you're 81 and even though you only get this much money. But I generally have enough money now that I can feed myself. I can pay my copays if I have to. Uh, I can pay for my own electric. I can pay for my own propane. Although I do want to say, my bestest friend in the world paid for my last propane for me. And that is a most precious gift for somebody to uh, pay forward, because they've got the finances to do it. And that was a blessing. I didn't want to do it, but he talked me into it and I did it. So, but because of him, I have heat in my house. Now, I would have probably found another way to have done it somehow, some way, but he wanted to bless me. So that's what I'm saying. There's going to be things that come your way, and this is about creating your own life. That you got to believe that everything is going to be okay. Hold on a minute. And when you believe that everything's going to be okay, and I think it's more than just believing, it's a knowing that everything is going to be fine. Whether it looks like you've got a gigantic bill over here, or or a sinkhole in your backyard that happened to pop out of nowhere, or you got ill. You got to know in there that everything is going to work out fine, and you gotta you gotta know how to and learn how to move forward regardless of what's going on around you in your own little reality. Now, my reality is right now, in which I've had many different kinds of realities, and I I experienced them. I went through them. Why, I don't know exactly, because some of them were not brought on by me. They were brought on by other people that I have brought into my life, or uh, circumstance like hurricanes and stuff like that. And but I'm done with those experiences. So here I am now at a place in my life that I want to go higher than being in a camper. I want more resources. I want to experience evolution in my life, in my reality. And I want I want to do better than having to stretch my money. I want to be able to know that I know. Now, I kind of do it now. I kind of go get whatever it is that I want to get at that time. It's at whatever. Just like I just ordered a thermostat for my furnace because I can tell it's going out. So now I got to get somebody to put it in for me. Now it's either going to be my brother or my son-in-law. And so I've got to do that. But I went and bought it. I searched until I found the right one. It is exactly like the one that's on there. And so putting the effort into creating a space where you can step up higher. Now, have I saved any money towards having a better environment? I don't mean better environment as in where I'm sitting, but a better uh, um, roof over my head and all that kind of bigger place. Uh, More things to do with my life and stuff. Things that I can bring in that I know that I'm going to enjoy and love my life. And I feel like I ain't making one bit of sense, I'll tell you, because I'm not making no sense to myself. But uh, I, I, I did, and I have made up my mind. No more thrift stores for me. Now I know I said this before, but I've got all that I need or I can handle in this little camper. I just went and did a whole new downsizing of stuff that the clothes, old clothes that I had from Florida that I really don't like anymore, and things that I don't feel like they were all stained up and stuff. So I got rid of all that. Got rid of stuff that I've had for a long, long time. That since I'm bringing new into my life, and out with the old, in with the new. So that's what I've been doing, purging my life of old memories, things that I don't want to think about anymore, and to make room for new. And so I don't know, but back to that. Hold on a minute again. Why do we fight to survive? Why do we fight to stay alive? There's something, like I said, there's something built in us to evolve, to advance to higher spirituality, higher awakening, higher uh, uh, lifestyles on this planet, to experience different things. Now, I've experienced the poor side of life. I don't want to do that anymore. And it's in our power to be able to change that. By having fun with our lives, get an image of what we would like our life to advance to, and focus on that, and don't talk about illnesses, and don't focus on illnesses, and don't focus on I can't afford that kind of thing. You don't have to focus on it. Okay, you know where you're at in life. You know how much money that you've got coming in. You really logically know what you can spend and what you can't spend. So you can keep yourself in them perimeters of what you can afford and what you can't afford. So you don't have to go around saying, I can't afford this or that or whatever. And if somebody does bring an offer to you or whatever, and you say, well, don't say, I can't afford that. Say, right at this time, I don't feel I want to put that amount of what I don't have into that. I don't. If, you just say my finances don't allow me to even try to afford that right now. until so you take care of your overall what you need, and but what you focus on and what it is that you know that you know that you know you want to experience. Once you get that in your mind and you can see it, it's just like daydreaming. You wake up out of there. Well, you're sitting there and you're daydreaming, you're thinking on, and you visualize the house that you want, you visualize the kind of income you want, and no, in that moment, you know that you have it because you do. It's there, right there. And I know a lot of people don't understand that concept, but I'm not asking you all to accept that concept. This is my reality. You guys pick your reality that you want. If you want to stay in a poor status and you want to not be able to pay your bills and you don't have enough money to, you don't want enough money to pay for your uh, medicines and your food and stuff like that. My focus is to be healthy so that I don't have to take meds. Because the meds in the first place just make you sicker. So you guys can pick whatever reality you want for your life. As for me and Sassy, we want a better home. We want a better um, yard and stuff that's ours. And um, enough money coming in that I got plenty enough that I can help other people with, so forth and so forth. So, but anyway, I've rambled on enough. Like I said, change comes from us. We can't expect anybody else out there to change our lives for us. But if you don't love your life, then do something about it. Because it's only you that can do it. Remember, a merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And as a man thinks in his heart, if your heart believes that you're poor and you'll always be poor, you'll always be poor. If you believe in your heart that you know that you know that you know that you're meant to have something different, that's the direction you'll go in. Because if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right either way. You have a great day. I love y'all. Talk soon.